Hello there and welcome to the RB Leipzig versus Liverpool preview for the Champions League tie that is going to be taking place in Budapest, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Budapest. I think it's at the Puskás Arena. God, I'm not having a good start to this video, am I? Anyway, that's where I think it is anyway. We're going to dive straight into some lineup and stuff like that as well. Klopp is currently right now doing his press conference as well, and tweets are being gathered. So once a lot of those have come through, I'll start to refresh everything and we'll go through what he has said as well. There are some key things that we can talk about as well in that I think Ben Davies has been training as well. He's been pictured in training, which is a good sign, really. Maybe he can feature for Liverpool in this one as well. There are some other things as well that we can look at, but first and foremost, we're going to go take a look at SofaScore over here and see what they are putting together in terms of the lineup. Now, this is a predicted lineup or possible lineups for both teams by SofaScore. Now, straight away, I don't want Jordan Henderson in defence. Nothing against Jordan Henderson. It never, ever is anything against Jordan Henderson. I love the man. He's an absolute hell of a leader. But that's not what I want in this lineup. So they've obviously put pretty much a standard sort of like Jordan Henderson / here's everybody else lineup together. What I'm wanting to put together for Liverpool is something a little bit like this, and I'm hoping that you can see it. You can't, so I'm just going to change a little thing over here so you can see it. So, what you will see now is what I'm putting together. And it is, I think it's good. It's a good, strong lineup, as well as it's got a little bit of rotation in there as well. Now, some people won't agree. Some people want us to put Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson in there as well. But I think while these guys are fit, Nico Williams and Tsimikas as well, let's get them involved. Let's get them involved. It'll freshen the team up a little bit as well. It might put us under a little bit of pressure as well, because this is RB Leipzig. They're on a good run of form as well. They rested players in their Bundesliga game as well at the weekend. So, look, it's going to be a difficult game, really hard game, tough team to come up against, tough team that... if I remember rightly, when the Champions League last took place in this current season, they beat Manchester United and quite handily as well. Like I think they were like 3-0 up in the first half or something like that. Anyway, they're a very difficult team, very, very quick team, and Nagelsmann is a hell of a coach as well. Someone that a lot of people are looking at, that if Klopp ever does ride off into the sunset one day, could be someone that takes over at Liverpool. Maybe it could be. I'm not entirely sure, but you also might be looking at my lineup and thinking, why isn't Salah in there? Eventually, these guys have got to get some rotation somewhere. They have to. Also, it points towards the simple fact that we have... Alright, there are tweets coming through, and there are definitely some things that we can look at and talk about. Yeah, for sure. But we also have to look at... We've got Everton at the weekend as well. And I'm not looking forward to that more than I'm not looking forward to the RB Leipzig game. Not looking forward to playing against Everton. Really, really not. So, it gives us a little bit of rotation. Bringing Shaqiri in, I think he's been underused recently. I really do. I think that whenever he's played, he's done pretty well for us as well. And I just think that he offers us just a little bit something different in the front line. Or, if he plays in midfield, wherever he plays. I think he needs to be used. Nico Williams is a very young, he's a young lad, talented lad as well, and actually really started to come into his own when Trent Alexander-Arnold was injured, and I'd like to see him get some minutes. Same with Tsimikas. Not the same with Tsimikas. We've barely seen him, right? Let's be honest. He's had a lot of injury issues as well, and I imagine that when he plays, Andy Robertson's going to be on the bench anyway, just in case. So, that's just one of those things, isn't it? Nat Phillips and Ben Davies as our centre-backs. Now, I did have to go and check this out as well, but our new Champions League squad does have Joel Matip is out of it because obviously he's injured. Ben Davies and Kabak have been brought into it, and so has Nat Phillips. So we can actually use these guys as well. Ben Davies has been training, so why not get him involved? If not, it'll be Ozan Kabak. That's absolutely fine, not a problem. Midfield speaks for itself. While I don't have the most glowing of opinions of Thiago in the Premier League so far, I think that he can still definitely do a good job here as well, and will hopefully help us in European football terms of controlling and taking some control of that midfield as well. I think that would actually be really good. So that is what I'm looking for in terms of lineup. Now, what I want to go and do is I'm just going to refresh my other browser and see what we're saying before we go and switch scenes here. So let's go and switch over to Twitter at the moment, and we're going to be looking at what Klopp is saying. So his first initial things is it's not just football going on in the moment. There's a lot of political things and private things happening as well. We all know what has happened here as well with the passing of his mother, the tragic passing of his mother as well. Never an easy thing for anybody to go through. I'm sure, definitely. The mood from the boys is absolutely okay. We've had better moods, but we are ready for a real proper fight. A football team is a little bit like building a house. If the foundation isn't right, then the wind will go right through it. We are Liverpool. We are not happy with being in 4th place. Klopp on the fans' banner at Anfield and rumours of him quitting. I heard about both. I don't feel that I need special support, but it's nice. I don't need a break. The last thing I want to do is talk about private things in a press conference. Totally fair play. I am the same way. Obviously, I'm not a world-class manager, but I don't like broadcasting my business to, everybody to, that's not how I like to do things. Nobody needs to worry about me. Yes, I don't sleep a lot, but I am full of energy. I enjoy the challenge. You and me both, Jurgen. Sleep does not like me. Klopp, it's a massive challenge. I'm ready. The boys are ready. But thanks for all the support. I am very grateful for these things. But you can think about other things because nobody has to worry about me. And I get where you're coming from, Jurgen, but I'm going to worry about you anyway because you're a beautiful man and I love you. Man to man. Absolutely. So far, everything he says makes me feel better. The man just speaks and he makes me feel better. Even just reading what he says makes me feel a lot better. So, let's also now go back because I'm going to have to change scenes again, and we're going to go back to our other one and have a look at RB Leipzig. So, RB Leipzig themselves are on a pretty good run of form. So they've had, I think, 4 wins in a row. You'll be able to see in just a second here. Maybe, if I can actually sort out this screen. You should be able to see this. I think they've had like 4 wins in a row. And they don't concede many goals. They conceded one here, but they did change things around quite a little bit here as well. I should go and look at where they are in their table. Let's do that. Second. That's pretty decent as well for them. So they're second in their league on 44 points behind Bayern Munich. They've conceded less goals as well. And they've got good back line. They've got a good back line, good defense. They've got, they score a fair amount of goals as well, probably similar to the amount that we've scored as well. And what was their predicted lineup? A 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. It's attacking in all ways. Mukiel and Angelino, I think Angelino, that transfer's been made permanent now for 15 million from Manchester City, I think it is, as well. Quick players, good players. Olmo, Christopher and Kunku, and Poulsen as well up front. From what I remember of Poulsen, whenever I've seen him, he's massive. He's huge. Like he's not like Peter Crouch levels, but he's not far off it. He's just one of those. I don't know. He's massive. That's all I can say. Maybe bringing someone like Kabak into the fold might do us some good. It might not, considering Schalke weren't doing very well in the Bundesliga anyway. Liverpool have got a lot of work to do in this game to get a good result. Now, getting a good result in the Champions League, for me, I don't think it's priority. I still think our priority is the Premier League. However, Liverpool, regardless of what I think or anybody else thinks, Liverpool will want to go out there and put on a good performance. That is what they will want to do. That's what they will want to start building a foundation, borrowing words from Klopp here, but building a foundation for something to springboard off for other competitions. Obviously, the only other competition we're in is the Premier League, and we're not doing great in it. Let's be honest, we're not. We're on 40 points. We've got teams that are chasing us down, closing us down, and it's crunch times for Liverpool. Every single game that we come up against, or every single team we come up against now, is going to be crunch time. If we can get even a good goal or two or something against RB Leipzig and either draw the game, whatever it might be, or maybe we get a 2-1 victory or even a 1-0 victory or something like that. That would be great. Gives us an away goal as well, considering they're considered the home team in this tie as well. And it would give us something wherever we play our leg, the second leg, something that we can either protect or something we can springboard off. Now, knowing Liverpool, we will want to springboard off instead of protect. Liverpool aren't, especially under Jurgen Klopp, aren't going to be a team where we go 1-0 up or 2-1 up or whatever it is and then get into the second leg and try and protect it. That's not really what Liverpool are going to do. You know, and people can say there would actually be a benefit in us trying to protect it. It's just not how we're going to do it. It really just is not how Liverpool are going to go ahead and do it. So, we just got to take it on the chin for now, and hopefully we can get some sort of positive result here against RB Leipzig. I'm going for a 1-1 draw in this game, realising that it could be a lot more for either team. One team could show up more than the other. For me, I've got a feeling that, Leipzig, they've rested players at the weekend, they're going to be fresh. We haven't rested a great deal. A lot of our first teamers will be playing in this game, despite what I put as my predicted lineup. We may actually see something a lot more like what SofaScore are predicting in this lineup that's on the screen right now, which looks exactly the same, pretty much, as the lineup we played at the weekend against Leicester. And I'm not necessarily... The only thing I'm opposed to is Jordan Henderson being in defence. What that does mean is that you then have to either decide who misses out in midfield. But I would much rather have that argument than having to put Jordan Henderson in defence. I really, really would. Let's get our recognised defenders in there. Nat Phillips, Ozan Kabak, Ben Davies, whoever it might be. Let's get them in their rightful positions, and move Jordan Henderson back to his rightful position in midfield. And let's just try and keep going. Because you know what the worst thing will be for Liverpool? What if Jordan Henderson gets injured? That's not even a thought that I really want to entertain. And I haven't even talked about Fabinho. He wasn't pictured in training, so he's not going to be playing against RB Leipzig. I'd be so surprised if he does. So we can pretty much just, cut that theory out of our heads anyway, that he's going to be playing, because it doesn't look like he will be. So, hey, we'll see who's going to be ready for Everton. I'm going 1-1 in this game, and I think we would actually take that at the moment, being that it's a first leg tie in a Champions League game. I'd take a 0-0. And that might seem bad and not positive, and that what it is realistic of where we are right now, and probably what we're capable of as well. And I think that we just have to be a little bit more, we're not the free running team that we were last season, where we were, 18, 20, 25 points ahead of everybody else in the Premier League, where every single week you could predict a win, and everyone would just be like, yep, totally, I see where you're coming from, why wouldn't you win? That's not where we are this season. We've got to be a little bit more realistic. Being realistic isn't being negative, and it isn't being toxic, or at least not in the way I'm communicating it anyway. So, that is it for this video. I'm going 1-1 Liverpool. 1-1 Liverpool. Well done, Michael Owen. I'm going 1-1 against RB Leipzig in this game. I'm tired. I need to eat and I need to sleep. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. Please do feel free to get your comments in the comments section below about your thoughts, feelings, and everything that has been happening with Liverpool. Please do feel free to get in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for all your support and for watching this video, and I'll catch you later.